Hello and welcome to the Relatable Rides YouTube channel, or should I say, welcome back. This is my second YouTube video. Today we are going to be talking about 5 things that I hate about my 2023 GR86. Now, before I get into this, I do have to say, I don't hate this car. If I hated this car, I wouldn't have bought this car, right? These are just 5 things that are minor gripes that they can probably fix over time. But I thought I'd just let you guys know what I don't particularly love about this car, how it is stock. Okay, get to this other street before I can actually start with my first point, because I want to illustrate it to you guys. The stock exhaust on this car is really quiet. Like, to think that this is like a sports car and it's marketed as like entry-level best sports car you can get for the price kind of thing like that, right? You'd expect it to at least have some kind of character, some kind of emotion to it, right? Like when you hit the gas, it should make a nice noise, you know? And like the stock exhaust on this car is just far too quiet, to the point where they have to put that active sound control module in, right, for it to even have any real noise to it, which just honestly sucks. It literally, like, this car has such a good look to it on the outside. It looks aggressive and it looks like well styled and it looks like it's its own thing. But then you just look at the exhaust note, which I will show you right now. That was basically all active sound control. Very little of that was the actual exhaust of the car, which means that you on the inside of the car, I mean, if you don't care for the idea that it's fake engine noise, you on the inside of the car get a good experience audio-wise from the supposed engine noise. But everyone on the outside, nobody hears the car. No one even realizes that you're accelerating, right? Like, it just kind of sucks. Now, I will say that they do offer a stock sports exhaust. I mean, on the GR86 specifically, they have like a TRD black dual tip exhaust, whatever, right? That is a little bit louder, right? But like, you got to think of cars like the Elantra N, right? That like, you throw those cars into their track mode and they literally burble with a stock exhaust and like stock tune, completely stock internals, and it burbles, right? And you see this thing and you're like, come on, like Toyota, Subaru, come on, like just give us something, you know? So on to number 2 of my list of things that annoy me in this car are these incandescent bulbs. I can't show them to you guys while I'm driving, but I'll insert a little clip here so you can see them. They're so cheap and they're so like early 2000s kind of 90s car spec stuff. Like, it's just, why would they even bother with that? Like, you're out here paying like 29 grand for this car, let's say, right? You can find cars less than this, like less cost than this, that come with like LED bulb stock. And like, these days LED bulbs don't cost an arm and a leg, right? Like, they could reasonably put LED bulbs in this car at a reasonable price and still price it honestly like the same as it is now. But they just literally dig into their parts bin and they throw incandescents into these cars, and it's just so sad. But again, it is a minor gripe they can easily fix as the years go on. And even if they don't, it's really not that hard to just like grab a pry tool and just open up the like bulb housings and just swap it for like LED bulbs off of eBay. Right, it's literally completely fine. It's just kind of annoying that it's not stock on this car. So that brings me to my third point of things that don't come stock on this car that should. The windshield wipers are completely garbage. Like, okay, so when I bought this car, the first like 2 weeks or so, there were 2 or 3 days of really heavy rain, and like I had to get to school, right? And like, I kid you not, there was a day where the rain was so bad to the point where even on the highest heading they would not clear the windshield, and I literally just decided to go home because it was unsafe to like drive to school. Like, they're literally not good at all. So to remedy this, it's not a permanent fix, it's just like kind of temporary solution, is I went ahead and sprayed like a Rain-X hydrophobic coating on the glass. That does help quite a bit. I found there was a day where I was in like a snowstorm kind of thing. It wasn't all too bad, but like at that point, the like windshield was cleaning pretty well and pretty nicely overall. Can't complain, but the fact that I have to buy like Rain-X and then apply it on the glass when like you buy any other car stock and it wipes perfectly fine. Kind of annoying, right? Just like a very inconvenient thing. Now my assumption that I have no proof of is that they probably also used kind of like bargain bin cheapest windshield wipers that they had, mainly because they're trying to keep costs of this car low, which I will actually get to costs of this car later. So anyway, on to my fourth point, which is lack of interior color options. Like, for real, this car as it stands right now for the 2023 year, right? GR86 you can only get with a black interior. I'm talking like full black, no other colors. That's like no, I was gonna say like a gray accent. It's not a gray accent, it's just black, right? Like, there's white stitching, but it's basically like a black and white interior, and like it's just kind of boring, right? I found this like TRD parts kit for the interior that like swaps a lot of panels and a lot of parts and like makes it red and carbon fiber, and it looks really good. And like the problem is, it's for right-hand drive only cars. It's just so sad because that interior looks so good. I would totally buy the car. Like, if the car came as an option with that red interior, I would 120% have bought that. Like, for real. The lack of interior color options is really sad on this car, and genuinely, like, they could make so many more sales if they just offered at least one other option, right? Like black and like red, or black and beige even, right? Black and gray, right? That would still at least give you a little bit of flexibility, right? A little bit of choice. It feels like, at least for this initial year, they're just trying to like get this car at the lowest possible cost, which again is not a bad thing. But that actually brings me to my fifth point, which is the fact that dealers mark this up like crazy. Like, for real, while I was shopping for this car, I was looking at 22 years, right? Because this is a 2023, right? I was looking at 2022s. I was seeing used 2022s with like 5,000 miles on them going for 10K above sticker. And I'm not even talking nice ones, like higher trims. No, I'm talking base, manual. I'm not saying it's like a bad thing to have a manual, but like, it's the lowest entry cost vehicle, and it's going for 10K over sticker. How does that make any sense? Like, that to me is just absolutely insane. Like, that's insanity to a different level. I'm just hoping as the years go on, this car's production will actually reach a point where it's reasonable, and like cost-wise too. Like, there will be enough in production that it'll have a reasonable cost. Past a Rivian, nice. That guy has a canoe on his roof. Oof. Yeah, so those are my top 5 things that I hate about this car. Again, I don't hate this car. I really love it. It's incredibly enjoyable. And honestly, I didn't really want to make this video, but I felt like if I'm gonna say the like top 5 best things, I should also say the top 5 worst things. At the end of the day, right? I do really like this car, and even in spite of all of its flaws, all of its poor qualities, I still love this thing so much. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I'm trying to grow this channel. I know I don't upload as much as I should. I just have a lot of things going on right now. But if you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, if it was entertaining for you, please feel free to like and subscribe. Peace out. Such a pain, dude. Jeez. All this so I sound good for you guys, keep in mind. I've idled long enough while having all this stuff prepped for you guys that my oil has gotten fully up to temp. It's just about at 190 right now, and I've just started driving. I have some water, guys, because I remembered it. So, sheer hydration. Hydration nation, am I right?